So in this episode, we're going to get into another mailbag because I told you it was coming. So let's get inside. Howdy train fans, welcome back to the Chattanooga Southern Railroad. So another mailbag episode for you. Got a number of things. I think I told you in one of my previous videos that got some cash for Christmas, so I did a little shopping, all stuff that I do either wanted or more stuff that I really needed. So I thought I'd go through all that with you right now. So let's look at the vehicles first. So for vehicles, I'm talking about cars, not train cars. I'm talking about, like, you know, things like this. So I picked up from this Trident van, 1980s style, right? If you've are a Gen Xer, you remember seeing these roll around, and sometimes they had little moon windows or bubble windows or star windows, or usually had a sunroof on them too, right? And so I thought, man, I had to have a red one of these, and I'm going to see if I can't figure out a way to kind of retrofit this one to have one of those bubble windows or something like that. So that might be a neat little project for me, and of course I'll weather this up a little bit, but I'm kind of excited to have that one on the layout. The other one I picked up too is I'm going to have a little gas station on my layout over here, just inside, just on the outskirts of North Chattanooga, and I'm a big fan of Shell gasoline. Part of the reason is I used to work for an engineering firm that did a lot of refinery, and one of the things I learned is that the Shell gasoline is the best fuel on the market. So I'm going to be mimicking Shell, and so I picked up this old pickup truck for that gas station. I thought that was going to be fitting to have that, maybe have an oil barrel or two in the back of it, some junk. So I'll be weathering that up, be sitting out in front of that gas station. So was looking forward to getting my hands on that one. So next I want to talk about technology stuff. All right, in the techno stage. So as you know, I've bought a number of ESU decoders for my scale trains. I also have a number of other locomotives that are DCC ready, or have DCC and don't have sound. So I started to look into how to upgrade some of those, and one of the ones that I want to upgrade first, if I can get my hands on it again. Well, I forgot where I put it here. Anyway, I have one of the Southern SW 1500, I think, or 1200. It was the River Street Rambler that ran down in Atlanta all the time, played Dixie, all that stuff. So even though it wasn't in Chattanooga, I had to have it, and so I'm going to do an upgrade on that one. And so I picked up a, if I can find it, the right one, an ESU decoder for that. This is the 8-pin version. It comes with the Sugar Cube speaker. So that one is DCC ready. So I'm going to unplug that one and plug this one in and see if I can't find a place to stuff that little speaker and get some sound going on that. I know there's a guy out there that did put one of these in his and also managed to get it to play the Dixie. So I'm going to see if I can't figure out how to make that happen as well. So that's going to be a project coming up. Real excited to have that. In addition to that, I've got another locomotive that I want to bring up and run that has no DCC on it at all. And amongst my umpteen locomotives, Yes, I have a lot of locomotives that you guys haven't seen yet. So I've been watching a lot of Solo Contracting's videos, and I think I could probably handle some of the stuff he did. So he uses a lot of these decoder buddies. So I went out and got one of these. This is by Nick's Trains. This is the Decoder Buddy Mini, right? Because I want to make sure that it's going to fit inside that locomotive when I do that. And then, of course, I picked up the ESU Loc Sound decoder, the 21 pin, to go along with that. So I'm going to load that file. And of course, you've already seen the ESU programmer that I put in my DCC drawer if you watched that video. And so we'll be working on that coming up. All right, let's talk about some train cars because I got a couple good ones. So you saw the tank cars. I've got a number of tank cars, DuPont in particular, but one of the ones that I have been hunting for and looking for are the Southern 62 footers in all black with the green light logo on them. I found two of them and I have those in my fleet, and the other day the third road number popped up and I jumped on it. So here it is. This is the number 7 car. I have the 12 and the 4, so I now have all 3 of these. Super excited about that. That'll be running around on the layout soon, so excited about that one. The other one, as I said before, DuPont. I've been I have a DuPont plant over on that far side. I came across this one, which is a Bev Bell kit. I don't know how well, I don't want parts and pieces to fall out, but this is a covered hopper for the polyethylene resin, right? So if you remember, I have the magic DuPont plant that makes anything and everything that DuPont makes. So now I have one of these cars, so I'm really excited about having this, and this was a steal that I got. It popped up on eBay and I grabbed it. So that's it for the cars. All right, so this one I'm blaming on Joe Rader of Black Rock Central. So Joe, I think I mentioned to you in one of my comments that if I hadn't modeled the Southern Railway, I was definitely going to model the chassis because I grew up coming up here to Delaware to my grandmother's. I always used to see the chassis locomotives running up and down, along with the old B&Os and the Chesapeake and Ohio stuff running up and down the line here that ran through Newark, Delaware, and on up into Wilmington. And so I just said, you know what? The time period of my layout is perfect to be able to possibly see a chassis locomotive roll through. So I broke down and bought this GP30 locomotive in the chassis paint scheme. This is a DCC ready locomotive, so I'm gonna have to go buy another decoder for this one. So I'm excited to get this one. I'm gonna weather this one up pretty heavily because about this time, this is when CSXT took over for taking over the family lines and what used to be the L&N and the ACL and all that fun stuff. So, and then of course the chassis system was part of that. That conglomeration was taking shape. So quite possible, and as you know, I do have the remnants of an L&N line, so you might see this one running on that interchange, bringing cars in to here to North to drop off at the interchange track. So excited about that one, and so looking forward to getting that one up on the layout. All right, there you have it for my recent mailbag. I do have one other item that I'm going to do a special video about because I think you'll be a little more interested in an in-depth about the who, what, where, when, and why on those. And with that, we'll see you on down the tracks. Bye.